Shalom, shalom to all the brothers and sisters. Please bear with me. I got some things I got to do in the back chat. You know what I'm always doing. Yes, I see that y'all can hear me on the YouTube. I'll be right back.
Set in the heavens before or the earth. It's a cutoff point that the Lord set in the heavens before the foundation of the earth when it was created. There is a cutoff point where He's going to stop talking through us, and He's going to get busy. Them to come through the worst time in history, Jacob's trouble. Some things gotta happen for them to move that way. They know what time it is, man. They moving and we moving. They ain't stopping, we ain't gonna stop. We gonna see who gonna win at the end. It ain't gonna be them.
Four angels around the corners of the earth, man. And what it say? To the seals of the power beasts, the seals of their foreheads. So the wind don't touch the earth. So once those seals are sealed, then the Lord gonna let that wind touch the earth.
And that's when we done talking. That's when we done talking. So don't be like, we can't go in the highways and byways no more. No, you should clap. Yeah. That is a sign. That's called prophecy. Don't skip the prophecy now. We ain't supposed to be talking, but you want to talk forever? I don't. Come on now. I rule. Absolutely. I want the crown. Set in the heavens before or the earth. It's a cutoff point that the Lord set in the heavens before the foundation of the earth when it was created. There is a cutoff point where He's going to stop talking through us, and He's going to get busy. Them to come through the worst time in history, Jacob's trouble. Some things gotta happen for them to move that way. They know what time it is, man. They moving and we moving. They ain't stopping, we ain't gonna stop. We gonna see who gonna win at the end. It ain't gonna be them.
Four angels around the corners of the earth, man. And what it say? To the seals of the power beasts, the seals of their foreheads. So the wind don't touch the earth. So once those seals are sealed, then the Lord gonna let that wind touch the earth.
And that's when we done talking. That's when we done talking. So don't be like, we can't go in the highways and byways no more. No, you should clap. Yeah. That is a sign. That's called prophecy. Don't skip the prophecy now. We ain't supposed to be talking, but you want to talk forever? I don't. Come on now. I rule. Absolutely. I want the crown.
Shalom, shalom to the brothers and sisters that could be coming and watching us live, or any of the brothers and sisters that's going to watch it later on. First and foremost, let's give all praises and our honor and glory to Yahweh by Yahawashi by Shemar. Yahweh being the Most High God, and Yahawashi is to the world, and He calls Jesus the Christ. Of course, I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders in Great Millstone, who's teaching His word and believing His word, bringing forth 100% of the Most High's doctrine to the best of their ability. And of course, the hopeful elect scattered four corners of the earth in different congregations and out congregations that's teaching His word and believing His word. Lord willing, the Most High continue to have you endure. Lord willing, one day the Lord have us singing the same song, right? And for the sisters out there that's playing a role as wives, or if you're a single sister constantly pursuing to be a virtuous woman, loving silent wives, Lord willing, the Most High continue to have you endure and increase you on believing in His word. Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on you brothers and sisters that is not in the faith. Now, this lesson is inspired by multiple things. I guess, it's kind of crazy how I had a dream. My wife had to tell me I had a dream about wisdom, being ba boom, ba boom. I don't know this, you know what I'm saying? She had to tell me I'm talking in my sleep about wisdom. So it's just crazy how the next day come in, I make a lesson about wisdom, So this is inspired just to know, like, wisdom is Yahawashi. Yahawashi is wisdom. So let's just get into it, right? Try to make it straight and clean. I am going to Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6. We're going to read verse 10 down to, get a premise, because this is all dealing with discipline, right? So verse 10, it says, for they that keep holiness holily shall be judged by holy, and they that have learned such things shall find what to answer. Wherefore set your affection upon my words. Even when you look at Colossians, where it says set your affection on things above. Desire them, and ye shall be instructed. Wisdom is glorious and never fadeth away, yet she is easily seen, because wisdom is considered a woman, right? Sophia. She is easily seen of them that love her, and found of such as seek her. So you got to love wisdom. You got to seek wisdom, right? And she preventeth them that desire her, in making herself first known unto them. Whoso seeketh her early shall have no great troubles, for he shall find her sitting at his door. And it's crazy. Yahawashi is going to knock at your door, and he's going to try to suck with you. To think therefore upon her is perfection of wisdom, and whoso watcheth, and it's crazy, Yahawashi is the door. Whoso watcheth for her shall quickly be without care, for she goeth about seeking such as are worthy of her, right? Only the worthy are going to be able to wield wisdom in its whole integrity. Showeth herself favorable unto them in the ways, and meeteth them in every thought. For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love. So wielding wisdom, coming into Yahawashi, guess what? Is going to give you the desire of discipline, right? And this is why we got to constantly be seek Yahawashi as much as we can. It's always good to get in these gospels, man, right? And another thing, the spirit of Yahawashi is prophecy. So you dabbling in prophecies, of course, is getting us closer to the Lord, because in order to be drawn to Yahawashi, the Most High have to draw you to him, right? Yahawashi is the bait, but we have to be drawn to him. Shalom to my brother Yawasap. I see you, King. Yahawashi Mashai Brakathum. Right? So we got into that. So let's go into Sirach, because we're gonna definitely get into some things, and Lord willing, we can get it right to the point. This is Sirach chapter 1, verse 5. It says, the word of God Most High is the fountain of wisdom. So the words of the Most High is wisdom from beginning to end, and her ways are an everlasting commandment. Right? I see my brother Yawasab put a precept on the screen. I am actually going to read that. It says 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 30. But of him are ye in Hamashiach Yahawashi, who of God is made unto us wisdom and righteousness and sanctification and redemption. When you go to verse 24, which I'm going to be bringing out later on, Yahawashi is the power of the Most High, and he is the wisdom of the Most High. You already see who of God is made unto us wisdom. Yahawashi is wisdom. Just like, I don't know if y'all can get it, Lord willing, I do a lesson days later. Yahawashi is symbolic. Solomon is Yahawashi through the Spirit. Some of y'all might not get that. Solomon had all the wisdom in the world, and wisdom is Yahawashi. I see my brother brought out Wisdom of Solomon, the 8th chapter, verse 1. Wisdom reaches from one end to another mightily, and sweetly doeth she order all things, right? Because Yahawashi moves in order and in decency. So when you have wisdom, brothers ain't about to be arguing with a whole nother man, right? Men of the Lord is going to bring out edification. And if you're not going to accept the word, we're going to kick the dust off our feet. That's what wise men going to do. This is Sirach 1 and 4. It says, wisdom have been created before all things, and the understanding of the prudence from everlasting. Wisdom have been created before all things. And you can go to Proverbs 8 and 22, verse 23. And then they say in Sirach 24 and 9. So let's see that. Sirach 24 and 9. Sirach 24 and 9. And what it reads, it says, he created me from the beginning, before the world, and I shall never fail. That's another one to show you Yahawashi is wisdom, right? You can go to Proverbs. It says, it says, he created me from the beginning, he created me from the beginning before the world, and I shall never fail. Hamashiach Yahawashi is not going to fail. We're going to go to Proverbs 8. Proverbs 8 and 22. Proverbs 8 and 22. Proverbs 8 and 22. It says, the Lord, Yahawashi Mashai, possesseth me in the beginning of his way. Before his works of old, I was set up from the everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was. Yahawashi is the foundation. But let's back that up. That's a beautiful precept right there, right? Right? Wisdom of Solomon, we can go to Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 9. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 9, it says, and wisdom was with thee, which knoweth thy works, and was present when thou madest the world, and knew what was acceptable in thy sight, and right in thy commandments. Yahawashi was with the Lord, just like what we're about to read in First John. I know everybody like going here. 1 John chapter 1 all the way to 5. And there's some key points in these verses. So we're going to read from verse 1 to 5. It says, in the beginning was the Word, which the Word is Yahawashi. And the Word was with God, which we just read that in Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 9, that wisdom was present when thou madest the world, which the Most High made the world by his son Hamashiach Yahawashi and the powers that be with him. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. Right? The same was in the beginning with God, right? Because Yahawashi is a God. He's not the God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, which we know in St. John 14 and 6. Yahawashi said, I am the way, the life, and the truth. And the life was the light of men. Right? So when we are drawn to Yahawashi, we are a walking light. When you don't walk in the name of Yahawashi, you are not the light, my brother. So anybody just saying they only believe in Yahweh, and they don't believe in Yahawashi, you are not in the light. It says, and the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended. Right? You need Yahawashi to even be that light. And even without Yahawashi being on the earth, he was already here, because the words itself is Yahawashi, right? Ephesians chapter 3, verse 9, right? It says, and to make all men see what is the fellowship of the mystery, which from the beginning of the world have been hid in God, who created all things by Yahawashi Hamashiach Yahawashi. The Lord made all things by his son, all things. So if Yahawashi has the knowledge of all these things, he is wisdom. That's why it's plain for me to see that through the Spirit, Solomon is Yahawashi, right? Through the Spirit, he is Yahawashi, right? This is Colossians chapter 1, verse 16. And we're going to go to 17. It says, I'm going to read your precept, King. And I think I just brought that out. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, Con, I'm gonna bring that out. This is Colossians chapter 1, verse 16 and 17. It says, for by him were all things created, what we just read in John, that are in heaven and that are in the earth, visible and invisible. Things you can't see and things you can see is all created by him, whether they be thrones, like rulership, dominions, that still goes into rulership, kingdoms, or principalities, which the Lord said we do not wrestle against blood and flesh and blood, but against principalities and high places. Yahawashi created the powers to be that's even controlling all nations, right? or powers. All things were created by him and for him. And he is before all things. And by him, all things can consist. Right? Our brother Yahawashi put Proverbs chapter 8, verse 22 to 24. The Lord, Yahawashi Mashai, possesseth me in the beginning of his way. For his works of old I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was. When there were no depths, I was brought forth. When there were no fountains abounding with water. Yahawashi been here since the beginning with the Most High Yahawashi Yahawashi. And the Lord created him. Right? So let's go to 1 Corinthians 1 and 24, which I was paraphrasing earlier. It says, but unto them which are called both Jews and Greeks, which is talking about the northern kingdom, who cleave to the customs of the Grecians, right? The Greeks, right? It says Hamashiach, the power of God. So he has the power to do all these things because he is the power of the Most High, right? And the wisdom of God, right? And when you tap in back into the scriptures, you're tapping into that wisdom that you already had. When the Lord created us, which is powers, right? We had this wisdom. We got to get it back. Yahawashi is our big brother. We're supposed to be abiding in this. This is supposed to be living in us, right? Yahawashi is a living, he's always going to be a living vessel. As long as there's wisdom in the earth, just in this cosmos, wisdom just surrounding, wisdom through energy, Yahawashi is a continuous power, right? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 26. It reads, it says, for she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of God. Yahawashi is the unspotted mirror of the power of the Most High, in the image of his goodness. That's why Yahawashi is the image of the invisible God, right? To the other part where it says, for she is the brightness of the everlasting light. And then that brings you back to when we go to Genesis, when the Lord made that first light, which is not the sun. It is Hamashiach Yahawashi. It is that law, right? This is Genesis chapter 1, verse 3 and 4. It says, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God saw that he saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And that goes into Yahawashi, because when you have Yahawashi, it's going to take you away from darkness, right? But it's okay. Let's go to the book, chapter, and verse, which is John, the 8th chapter. John 8 and 12. It says, then spake Yahawashi again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world, and he that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. So that shows we got to be drawn to Yahawashi so that we're not consumed in darkness. If you don't have Yahawashi in your life, then you're going to be in darkness. This is why when you ever do anything bad, you're angry and upset, the number one thing you got to do is go to the scriptures. And I know because we're in the human flesh, sometimes it is hard. You angry, upset, and you want to pick up the Bible and read, or sometimes you could be in a situation of Lord, guess what? You might get shot, a car flipped over, you injured, and you're like, man, I don't want to hear that word, man. That's all you got to tell me. Looking at it in this, in the content of the scriptures and in the spirit, anything that we go through that's on the left-hand side, wickedness, stress, anger, or accident happen, you got to always acknowledge the Lord in all our ways, from good to bad. And if you get into a situation that could be the left-hand side, you got to know it's darkness surrounding you. So that means you need Yahawashi. It's nothing wrong. Shoot, I got to humble myself too. Sometimes I could be angry. I have to yield my anger and yield to Hamashiach Yahawashi. So we still dealing with the light. So we're going to go to Proverbs 6 and 23 because we're dealing with the light. Proverbs 6 and 23. It says, for the commandment is a lamp and the law is light. Just like when you look at the 10 virgins that have their lamp, the lamp is the commandments. That light, which is the oil, is going to be that wisdom. It's going to be that light. And reproofs of instruction are the way of life. So correction, redirection, reproof of instruction, correction are the way of life. And dealing with Yahawashi Yahawashi is correction. We already read you want to be humble in this situation. Right? We got to go back to John real quick because I see a little quotation in my little notes. Right. So John 1 and 5 again. It says, "And the light shineth in darkness." That the law, statutes, and commandments, which is the wisdom of Yahawashi Yahawashi, is going to shine in darkness. And the darkness comprehend it. Right? So you want to always shine. That's why I can understand what Rihanna was saying. Shine bright like a diamond. Right? You want to shine bright like a diamond. Right? Not for your own self, but you want to shine bright for Yahawashi Yahawashi. Right? Psalms 119, verse 105. It says, thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. Yahawashi is the light to our path to get closer with Yahawashi Yahawashi. In order to get to the Father, you must go through Yahawashi. So that shows you Yahawashi is the light. Yahawashi is the wisdom, right? In order to overcome this world, you need the wisdom of Yahawashi Yahawashi. That's plain, right? Psalms 27 and 1. It says, Yahawashi Yahawashi is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Yahawashi Yahawashi is the strength of my life. Yahawashi is going to come and give you salvation. It's actually going to be a strange salvation. But Yahawashi Yahawashi is our light and our salvation. Right? This is even more why we need the schoolmaster. This is why we need faith. This is why we need to yield wisdom. Right? 2 more precepts and then we're going to close. Right? This is St. John, the 12th chapter, verse 35. It says, then Yahawashi said unto them, yet a little while is the light with you. Right? Walk while ye have the light, lest darkness come upon you, for he that walketh in darkness knoweth not whither he goeth. Or while ye have the light, believe in the light, that ye may be the children of the light. The more we believe in Yahawashi Yahawashi, the more we become that light. When we don't believe in the light, that light, that fire, the illumination is going to be taken away from us. The Lord will take your light out. That light is basically Yahawashi abiding in you. That's wisdom, man. Yahawashi has to abide, especially in the men, right? This is the last verse, last precept, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 28. It says, for God loveth none but him that dwell with wisdom. So if you don't dwell with wisdom, the Lord do not love you. He don't love you, right? Sirach 4 and 14. See what they talking about. It says, they that serve her shall minister to the Holy One, right? Right? We're going to minister to the Holy One, which is Israel. We're going to be ministering to the 1/3. We're going to be ministering to our brothers and sisters, whoever they may be, whoever the hopeful elect is, right? And them that love her, Yahawashi Yahawashi doeth love. So if you love wisdom, you're going to always be abiding in wisdom, just like you see in Wisdom of Solomon, the 6th chapter. When you get hold of her, don't let her go, right? And I said that was the last one. Excuse me. Let me actually make this the last one. John 6 and 44, which I've been bringing out for the past few days. John 6:44, it says, no man can come to me except the Father which have sent me draw him, and I rise him up at the last days. So you got to be drawn to Yahawashi. You have to be drawn to wisdom. Every man now that's in this ministry was drawn to wisdom. You were drawn to book, chapter, verse. This is why you find yourself reading, bringing out the word, trying to say you're cutting somebody or debating. You're trying to bring an edification. That's all because the Lord drew you to Hamashiach Yahawashi. Regardless if you don't accept this lesson, Lord willing, through the power of Yahawashi is still going to be edifying to whoever it may stick to. Yahawashi is wisdom. In order to overcome this world, in order to overcome weed, any type of addiction, temptation, you need Yahawashi. Some people might say, "Oh, that's harder than what you've seen." That's harder. It's harder than what you're saying, bro. And I agree, it is hard, and that's why we need Yahawashi because He our strength. When we start making complain that it's hard to do and do this, we ain't gonna never get it done. Actions get the job done. So especially when brothers used to say, man, if something ever hits you and you get out the spirit or something on you, always say Yahawashi Yahawashi Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah. And I used to do that, and it really did help. And then sometimes I'm like, let me not even say it, man. Let me not even do it. And that's the spirit in me saying not do it when that temptation swallowed me. And there's sometimes where I was about to get on my phone and go watch some porn and go squeeze the turkey. And if I didn't say Yahawashi, I would have been consumed and I would have did it. But when I always Yahawashi, I either put a video on and really pay attention and it goes away. I believe it. Believing, you're going to always, through faith, you're going to always lead to those things. So when I get angry, upset, or certain things, the first thing I do, Yahawashi Barakatah Yahweh. Sometimes I say it in my mind or I speak it in existence. I might walk away from somebody and go ahead and say it and come back renewed. And I believe that do work. And Lord willing, that work for other people. Just to let you know, Yahawashi is always around. If you have a Bible, wisdom is always around. You just have to desire it. Just like the other brothers and sisters that's going to be on the Bible study with me later tonight. They're searching for wisdom, right? And the Lord is drawing them to Yahawashi, right? And the Lord is just drawing them to a man that can give them scriptures through Yahweh and me. But we're not better. I'm not better than nobody. You damn sure not better than me. But it's the power that we serve that we're constantly trying to work for. Yahawashi is pulling us to do His work, right? So Lord willing, this is an edifying video. Lord willing, my next live on my other page at Dagobah 144 is edifying to the hopeful elect, whoever you is. I am just going to play this video, and I'm going to keep playing this until I don't ever have to teach no more, because it might motivate you, whoever you are. It's going to be a moment when the men of the Lord are not going to teach anymore, right? We're not going to be teaching anymore. So, Lord willing, what I'm about to post is edifying to you. Till next time, Lord willing, you can continue to work. Shalom.
Set in the heavens before or the earth. It's a cutoff point that the Lord set in the heavens before the foundation of the earth, when it was created. There is a cutoff point where He's going to stop talking through us, and He's going to get busy. Them to come through the worst time in history, Jacob's trouble, some things gotta happen for them to move that way. They know what time it is, man. They moving and we moving. They ain't stopping, we ain't gonna stop. We gonna see who's gonna win at the end. It ain't gonna be them.
Four angels around the corners of the earth, man. And what it say? To the seals and the power beasts and seals in their foreheads. So the wind don't touch the earth. So once those seals are sealed, then the Lord gonna let that wind touch the earth.
And that's when we done talking. That's when we done talking. So don't be like, we can't go in the highways and byways no more. No, you should clap. That is a sign. That's called prophecy. Don't skip the prophecy now. We ain't supposed to be talking, but you want to talk forever? I don't. Come on now. I rule. Absolutely. I want the crown.